Hello and welcome to the Dad and Buried podcast. My name is Mike. Dad and Buried is my other name that I go by sometimes. Earlier tonight,
Yeah.
My wife got nervous because she saw Daddy Longlegs, and my son thought that she was referring to me as Daddy Longlegs, which is not a thing that happens. Nor does she refer to me as Dad and Buried, although every once in a while, if she's doing like a story, she'll be like, "What do you think, Dad and Buried?" And it's very strange. Do you call your
But
wife
don't
Mama
you?
Buried?
I don't at all. But don't you wear really short shorts, like so short that you're like always accentuating your legs? I
It's
believe.
an optical illusion. It's an optical illusion. I don't have
Okay.
super long legs, but I do. I contour my thighs.
Yeah. Like
The,
super high. Like Dad, those pockets really, I can see about 5 inches of pocket below your shorts.
look,
It's just
I
all. Yeah. It's
like a
basically a
good
seat.
set of gams.
Okay. Got it.
Isn't that what they call them sometimes? Gams in like 30s. In like the 30s. Look at those gams.
I don't know.
You don't know what I'm talking about? You grew up in England. You wouldn't know.
Don't give a shit. No. I was too busy fighting my way up to the top.
Fighting your way in England?
Yeah. Yeah. All I did is I came to that country with nothing but $1 billion in a Harvard education, and I worked my way. Look
Wow.
at that.
Really pulled yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah.
It's funny that we would be referencing England when tomorrow, if you're listening to this on Thursday, tomorrow is July 3rd. We're recording this on Monday, but this coming weekend is Independence Day, July 4th. Right?
Yes.
You are in New Jersey, the cradle of American civilization.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I believe that was coined by the term GTL, which stands for Gym Tan Laundry.
Yes.
Thanks situation from the Jersey Shore, the show.
When you watched the Jersey Shore, who did you most aspire to be like? The situation, Snooki, Ron, who was like the roided up, really belligerent guy.
Yeah.
Paulie, who was like the really, I
Nice
guess they're all
DJ.
really Cam. He was the DJ. He's like 50. He's actually a very successful DJ, and I think I'm sure the show helped, but I think he was fairly successful beforehand too. But you look him up, he's like 50 in real life, which is only shocking when you realize that we are also almost 50. So it actually makes a lot more sense when you realize it like that, but it's weird that dude's 50.
Yeah, it is. It's also weird that we're almost 50. But to be honest, what's really weird is that hairstyle just doesn't ever quit. Like at one point was someone like, that's the hairstyle. That one. Yeah, I like it. How it's just everything is shaved, but then it's just solid spike, like thick spikes.
So the thing that always fascinated me.
Not more.
The thing that always fascinated me about like the Jersey Guido look is not so much that there's a lot of guys, like a subculture of guys who look like that. It's the women who are into that. His hair looks like it's like a wax wig. There's a tan as a football. Like it's just a very strange thing. They call them gorillas on the show. The girls are really into like the Jersey gorilla types. Strange show. Snooki commented on one of my Instagram posts once. So how about that?
Was that for Dad and Buried?
It was Got Toddler. 6 degrees of Snooki, I think they call that. But
there you go.
Yeah, it was probably the closest I've ever been to American royalty, Snooki.
But listen, let me just tell you, the Jersey Shore is alive and well, and there's a lot of beautiful people down here. I'm like doing my best.
The beautiful people. Right?
Well, I was doing more Trump, like beautiful. Everything is beautiful.
Oh,
the people. No, I know. Well, trust me, we're the Trump country exists everywhere.
So you'll be there for the 4th for like fireworks and stuff.
Yes.
Wearing masks.
Wearing masks. Yeah, it's New Jersey and New York are brethren. We went through it together.
You'll be shocked by this, but you know what I think sucks and is a gigantic waste of time?
Social media.
No, please.
Oh, what? Sorry.
Fireworks.
Oh yeah, especially in New York.
Who cares? First of all, who needs July 4th when fireworks are going off every night in New York?
Oh my God. Guys, listen to us. It is like, honestly, we've been through COVID. We've been through social unrest, and now we're at the mercy of fireworks. They are setting, And this is a really big
A
they.
real
I want to like characterize people. There is some subculture of this population that lives in New York City. Let's call them fucking assholes.
Yes,
Let's
that's a
just
good
like
name.
for shorthand, right? These fucking assholes decide to get all their fireworks from Pennsylvania, bring them into the city, and these aren't like fun fireworks, like
No,
with
that's what
sparkles.
I'm saying.
These are bam, 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 bam. These are all
Yeah.
M80s.
M80s,
These are all like
bottle
they're like,
rockets.
and by the way, an M80, just for everyone's clarification, is basically a quarter stick of dynamite. So all it does is go bang. Like,
Yeah,
so
we all know somebody who's almost lost a finger messing around with one of those on the street. You find one that didn't go off the night, like the weekend after July 4th. Right. We used to ride around looking for that stuff. But you're right. The only time fireworks are even remotely interesting is like when it's the most spectacular display you've ever seen. These are people like on the streets just lighting stuff with their lighters and throwing them. It's so stupid.
Yeah, and it sucks. So what they do is they are waiting until between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. and that's when everyone's
that's
letting
prime
it off.
time. Yeah,
it's prime time firework time right now in the 5 boroughs. And so honestly, out of everything, this is the worst. It's the worst, and whatever happens to those people, should they get caught, I'm like full. Just do whatever you need to do.
Fullest extent of the law.
just Judge Dredd the shit out of those guys.
Judge Dredd. Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's funny. So because I'm basically in our year plus of doing this podcast, I've become kind of the master of the segue. A lot of people hate fireworks because it scares their pets. And tonight's topic of the podcast is pets. Fucking nailed it, right?
God damn you.
That was incredible.
You have a beautiful mind.
Thank you.
And an unbelievable body. Let me finish. An unbelievable body.
Again, that's an optical illusion. It's just the shorts.
It's like your body's a wonderland.
I don't want to ever discuss John Mayer on this podcast.
Fun park?
Look, I just tried to drink this with the cap on it.
Water park? Your body's a water park.
My body's Sesame Place. Did we talk about that? Where you can walk around naked and go on half naked and go on the roller coaster? I think we talked about that. Yeah. Anyway, this week we're talking about pets. I don't know how it came up. My kid, my 4-year-old really would like a dog. My wife really hates animals.
Yep.
And you also hate animals. Is that correct?
Not because I was brought up that way. It's just because I developed it over time, and now I've become a really big time prick face.
Well, yeah, it goes part and parcel with the rest of your personality.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to get into the pet situation in my home and yours, and my childhood, and maybe even yours.
Whoa!
Look,
I didn't sign. I signed up for a podcast to talk about.
It's all fair game.
Not myself, you son.
So yeah, there's a lot of debate in my house over the best kind of pet, what kind of pet we're going to get, if we're going to get a pet, whether pets are worthwhile, why we had kids. Like there's lots of topics that are floating around. But we're going to get to the pet one when we come back after this. All right, everybody, tonight's topic is pets and why they are the best or the worst or too much or worth it, all of these things. Before we get into that, we do want to remind everybody you can listen to the podcast on Anchor and iTunes and what are the other ones? iTunes doesn't exist anymore. Apple, Spotify,
on MP3 player, Zune. We're available everywhere. Zune,
Microfiche,
you name it. Yeah, Real Player, everywhere.
Real Player, anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can get it. You can subscribe. Please subscribe. Give us a rating on Apple. We'd really appreciate that. A handful of people have throwing us a little bit of money on Anchor and Patreon. I'm going to run through their names as we do. Ryan Miller and MS Babayan are on Anchor. Thank you. Check Your Kid Through the Door. Chris Coleman, M. Cedeno, Mallory McKenzie, Miriam, and Tina Davis. on Patreon, along with Lindsay Woodruff, Andrea Sandoval, Barbara Geiger, Bill D'Amica, Dana Bosde, Jacques Govar, Morning Glow, Cotton Farmer AZ, Wes Clark, Jennifer Wynn, Julie McCarthy, Paula Polsky, Mary Williams, and Julie Burton. Do you think I could memorize those at some point?
Thank you, beautiful people.
Answer the question.
No, of course not.
You don't think it's possible for me to memorize that?
Look at you. Look at you. Look, everyone who's listening right now, simply just take a moment, Google Dad and Buried, and then go to our latest video and then look at Mike's beautiful hair. His mane. You've got a mane, buddy.
I'm like Samson.
Oh my God. Yeah,
it leaves me absolutely powerless with my wife because it angers her to no end.
Right.
My hair salon, because now we're entering phase 2 here against everybody's better judgment. My hair salon has opened as of today. It's actually an old school barbershop in Midtown Manhattan. I'm not going to let anybody but Jerry touch my hair. I have not made an appointment.
Too late. You said salon. It's obviously very frou-frou. You can't walk it back.
I can walk it back.
I
did walk it back.
But you can't.
He's an old Italian dude. He gets the job done.
The
problem is now that people are back at work, it will be harder to drive in, especially Midtown and Park. And I don't necessarily want to take the subway yet. So I don't know if I'm going to hitchhike in to get my haircut or what. I haven't decided yet.
Okay, well, you let us know and tell us how it goes.
Mom and Buried has dropped the ultimatum that I cannot, I have to get a haircut before the middle of July, which will make it 5 months, I think, since my last haircut.
She's dropped the ultimatum?
Well, we're going away for a week. We're going on vacation to an isolated hamlet. All right, everybody get off my back. We're very taking all the precautions.
No, everybody, get on his back. Everybody get on his back.
She said I can't go until I get my haircut. So actually might be staying here. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
You know what? I was recently threatened with the same thing. Fine, we're going to go there. And then immediately had that walked back because it turned out that would be a phenomenal thing for me to be alone in my own house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's not punishing you in that situation. She's freeing you.
Yes. That's right.
So it's funny. So I mentioned tonight's topic is about pets, and one of the nice things about not having pets is I can go away for a few days or a week, and I don't have to worry about boarding my dog or having somebody come by and take care of my cat, right? Or feed the fish.
Give me a break. I mean, honestly, I remember when you had 5 kids, and now you're down to 2, obviously. But yeah, you had the same. You had the same philosophy. You had the same philosophy, which was like, hey, if I got most of my kids, right, and then, that it works. It just works.
I have a friend who's not married, and every once in a while we would want to meet up for happy hour, or even just to go to a movie, just me and him, some guy time, go see Black Panther or something, and go get a beer beforehand, and he would need to delay by an hour because he had to go home and take care of his dog. And I'm like, dude, just either get a cat or have kids, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because basically all you're doing is you got to go check on your dog. Just leave the dog in the crate for 3 hours, man. What a hassle. It's not even a cool dog. It's one of those little dogs. I don't want a little dog. Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec said, any dog under 50 pounds is a cat, and cats are useless. Something like that. I ride for cats. I love cats. My whole family is supposedly allergic. I think that's a ploy from my wife to avoid us getting a cat.
So, did you have pets growing up?
I grew up. The first pet we had was a dog.
Whoa.
Huh? You say whoa?
I said whoa. Wow. The first pet I had was a dog, not a fish or a hermit crab. First pet I had was a dog. That's a big ass pet. That's a serious pet.
First of all, fish isn't a pet.
We'll get to me in a second. This is about you.
Fish aren't pets. Fish are decor. Fish are artwork. They're scenery. They're not. To have a nice fish tank is soothing or whatever. They're not pets, right? Hamsters, gerbils. No.
All right, let's define a pet. Define what a pet is.
I can't define a pet. I'm not going to define a pet. It's like obscenity. I know it when I see it.
have something that you have to keep alive.
Mm-mm.
How's that?
You have to keep fish and hamsters alive, you psychopath. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
if you can't
that's a
like
pet.
play with it,
Exactly.
I don't consider those pets. That's bogus pets.
Okay.
That's
Okay, well then you're not. This is you've broken the agreement that I just
you
set
only
forth.
get a hamster when your parents won't let you get a dog or a cat.
That's correct.
Right? So it goes fish, and then like hamster gerbil, and then like the next step up is like rabbit, which is a trendy kind of thing. People think rabbits are good pets. You do you, and then it's cat and dog. Somewhere in there are ferrets. Where would you put the ferret? I think the ferret goes between the rabbit and the cat.
I know where I put my ferret. It's right between
Richard Gere's butt cheeks. That was a gerbil.
You're not at the atomic unit. The atomic unit is the hermit crab. It goes hermit crab, which is
this is the most insane thing. You had a hermit crab as a pet. You know what that means? If you had a hermit crab as a pet, your parents didn't love you. That's what it means.
Okay, let me be really clear. I've never had a single pet my entire upbringing at all.
You made up this hermit crab thing. You made it up then.
No,
it's not your own experience.
I have hermit crabs now. I have hermit crabs right now.
They're not pets.
My kids have hermit crabs.
Okay, if you have an ant farm, are the ants pets? No. They're not pets.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying a hermit crab is not a pet.
I have to. My God, dude.
You have to feed the hermit crab?
The animal. Yes, in order to keep it alive. If you feed it, it is therefore a pet.
Period. Pro tip. Don't fucking feed the hermit crab. Who cares? It's a hermit crab.
Because they're loose in my apartment and they've multiplied. And now I'm scared.
Yeah.
Guess
you'll be
what?
feeding them one way or the other.
Yeah, exactly.
So a bunch of people did mention other animals that they have. We're going to get into those. But I wanted, and nobody mentioned a hermit crab because it's absolutely ludicrous. Don't let your kids gaslight you into taking care of a hermit crab. Just say no.
What are you talking about? Gaslight me into taking care of a hermit crab? I took him in my car 400 miles from New York City.
No. You didn't find the hermit crab. Hold on.
I brought it with me.
You didn't find the hermit crab at the beach. You brought the hermit crab from Brooklyn to the beach?
Yes, that's correct.
None of this makes any sense. You are, my friend, you are an enigma.
Including and not excluding our hamster. So we brought our
hamster too?
And our hermit crabs to the beach with us. Can you imagine?
So hold on.
That I'm living right now.
Were your kids like, we want a dog, and you were like, no? And they're like, we want a cat, and you were like, no. And then we were like, we will get you a hamster.
No. First, my older daughter was like, I want a pet. I'm like, no. And then my middle daughter came along. And she's like, I want a pet too. And we're like, no. And then finally we were like, fine, we'll have another kid. And then it just didn't
There's
work
a
out.
pet for a couple of years.
Yeah, there you go. And we got him my son. And I was like, look, there you go.
So it's funny because we did last year around Mother's Day, we did the Pet Moms episode where we were telling just because you have a dog doesn't make you a mom. You know, we ruffled some feathers as we do.
When I say we, I really mean you. We're
so user K Paris said, do kids count as pets? They smell a little. And here's what I say to that. I say pets are not like kids, but kids are like pets for a little while.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? You can treat your kid like a pet, but you shouldn't be treating your pet like a kid. Especially if your fucking pet is a hermit crab. Flush
you know
that
what?
thing down the toy. That's what I call toilets. I shortened it. Down the
You know
toy.
what? You know what? That's the next big thing. That's a post-COVID. Everyone's out. Everyone's happy.
You gotta save some time.
You know what? I'm going the toy.
There was an old Saturday Night Live sketch that I've actually looked for on YouTube and couldn't find where like Mike Myers is playing some cool guy who does that and he just cuts words in half, which is essentially what texting is now. Do we want to get into that? Little Gen Z. What's the next one after Gen Z?
Gen Z. What are you talking about? You started it. We started it.
I invented it. I pioneered it.
We were texting back in the day. And do you know why everyone's like LOL is because the number of characters they were charging for them. No scam is bigger in the history of the world than charging for texting because texting is essentially free.
We had those phones, the flip phones, where you had to, I don't remember what it was called, where you had to like type the number six times to get to the letter that you need. Right. It's like using the rotary phone to text. Anyway, I don't even remember what we're talking about. We're talking about
you're blaming Gen Z about something. Anyway, go ahead.
I was saying this is not the Pet Mom episode. We've done that. That is a great episode. I would highly recommend it if you want to get angry or you want to laugh at people who get angry. You know what? That's what you should do. This episode is about pets. So I asked, do you guys like pets? Blah, blah, blah. And obviously a lot of people said yes. Sarah Ray Loudon says, petting animals lowers your blood pressure. Pets are good for kids' social development and immune system. She came at it with the research on the science tip. This is why pets are good. Marianne 02360 says she was anti-pet for years, but she caved during COVID and got a mini poodle. Fuck my life. So she's not that into it. She made the mistake and she regrets it. Now the COVID fever has happened.
COVID. So this is big because apparently I heard some, and this is completely unfounded and completely be off of Facebook. But I think, yeah, exactly. That New York City is out of pets. They adopted all their pets during COVID. Meaning there's no shelter. Meaning, which is exactly what we want. There's no pets in the animal shelters because all of them have been adopted.
Hold on. So I mentioned rabbits as a hot pet earlier, and I believe her name was
like you look great in those jeans.
Like sexy, right?
Oh
like,
yeah.
The taboo is there, but that is the forbidden fruit of the rabbit. Miss Moni says that she grew up with cats and has now had bunnies for 15 years. Definitely get a rabbit. They're easy and fun. The shelter in East Harlem always has super cute rabbits for adoption. Here's my counter. 1, not sold on the concept of rabbits as pets. 2, are there any rabbits that aren't cute? I kind of think they're all cute. It's not like East Harlem has the...
What are you talking about? Have you ever seen the albino ones with the red eyes? Those aren't cute at all.
Sure that's a rabbit?
Yeah, red real eyes? Sure.
They're
called they're albino rabbits and they have red eyes because that's what they have, and they're gross.
I think you're thinking of the children's book Bunnicula, where the rabbit is a vampire rabbit, which I read as a child. Highly recommended children's book Bunnicula. So this reminded me. So Florence CKUO said, my toddler developed an allergy to my dog. I guess I'll just have to give away my toddler. I like where her head's at. But it reminded me of, there's an old Brady Bunch episode in which Cindy, the youngest, this is maybe the first season.
Right.
She was a tattletale. I think that was her, pigtails, and she was a tattletale. She develops an allergy and they can't figure it out. And eventually they realize that she's allergic.
Epilepsy.
She's allergic. No, how dare you? She's allergic to Mike, the father. And they have like a serious discussion about like, what are we going to do? Do we have to like break up the family? And then they find out she's just allergic to their dog's shampoo. Pretty sure I remember that correctly. Not positive, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly how the episode went. And it's a real classic. You should check it out. It's on Hulu, the Brady Bunch episodes. My kids have liked it the few times we've watched it. I have not liked it.
Yeah.
So Holly King 3 says, we have a cat and love it. She is the best. Who could hate animals? I'll tell you who could hate animals. Mama Buried. Not a pet person. And I know for a fact she grew up with a dog, I think, named Bridget. Maybe that's where it stems from. You name a dog Bridget, there's no turning back. You don't want another dog.
Hold on a second, you're like, my first pet was just no big deal. It was just a dog. Like, okay,
no, it wasn't mine. It was just I grew up with a family.
What do you mean it wasn't yours?
It wasn't like my dog. It was our family's dog. I wasn't like, I want a dog. It's just, I remember when I was a little kid, we had a dog for a little while. And then in the middle, so probably until I was around 10.
Was it screaming? What happened to the lambs? What happened to the lambs?
Yeah, they stopped screaming. And then while we had the dog, we got a cat. And then the dog was disappeared. And then the cat became, the family. We're not gonna get into it. All right. There's rumors that my father may have buried the dog somewhere. I don't know. We're not gonna. My dad's a lawyer. I don't want to dig up anything, literally cause any problems. But we got a cat, literally the greatest cat who has ever lived, Shadow. And then when I was in high school, Shadow got a tumor, got it removed, got it again. Had to bring Shadow to the vet with my mom. Not a happy day. Got another cat. We were a cat family.
How many cats? So hold on a second. You've had pets your entire upbringing then.
Yeah. My mom still has cat. We go home and I don't know the cat as well. And it makes me a little nervous to see like my toddler or my 4-year-old swatting at the cat and stuff, because the cats still have claws, because the clawing cats is cruel. But it does make you a little nervous. I had a cat at the beginning of my relationship with my wife. We had a cat for a little while, and that cat was I got along well with the cat, but he was a little bit nuts. And Mom and Barry, not a huge fan.
Okay, so then
Not
the
a huge
cat,
fan.
the cat.
And then we had the
found
baby. Then we had the baby, and the kind of cat was like,
too much.
away.
Okay, so you are surrounded by animals and pets.
I haven't had a pet in 10 years.
10 years is nothing. Look at you. You're 92 years old. You barely can, like, that's a very
That's
small
what happens when you don't have a pet. You age more quickly.
Okay. So you're pro pet?
I'm pro pet. It's tough in a Brooklyn apartment, right? Because like I said, I would like a dog. My kids would like a dog, but the kind of dog I want, you can't keep in a small apartment.
What kind of dog
I would love like a border collie. Or like an Australian Shepherd, which my sister-in-law has, and that thing is incredible with our kids. But they need a lot of space to run. They're super intelligent. Need a lot of space to run, right? Alternatively, I'd like a cat because I love cats. And I'm gonna get started on my cat rant. Cats, you gotta earn their love, Pete. Dogs, you give them a biscuit, you give them food, they love you no matter what. They're just boom, they're in the second you give them. Cat has its own personality. Not saying dogs don't have personality. Dogs filthy animal. Now I'm going to go into Pulp Fiction. Anyway, cats are smart and they choose whether they like you. You earn a cat's friendship.
All right. Are you a cat person or a dog person?
This was my point. I'm both. The only people.
Oh my God.
Who are the only people who draw a line in the sand? The only people who draw a line in the sand are dog people who say I love dogs and I hate cats. Cat people are usually like, I prefer cats, but I also like dogs. Dog people are fascists and they say it's dogs or nothing, and that makes me sick. You can love both. Yeah. It's not an either or proposition. I love cats. I love dogs.
First of all, what part of the internet are you on?
I'm not even on internet. Look, 4chan is the internet. It's a special community.
It's cats only. I've only ever heard. It's like I've only seen cats only. I mean, the internet is based on cats.
No,
it's literally made up
but
of
that's
cats.
as a joke most of the time. Everybody knows cats are adorable. The internet is pretty based on dogs too. Okay, everybody loves dogs. But if you ever hear somebody draw a line in the sand and say one or the other, it's always the dog people saying "fuck cats."
Hold on a second. So then you grew up with all these pets. So you turned out obviously incredible. You turned out absolutely amazing. So are you
very well adjusted?
Do you feel that you're depriving your kids without these pets?
No, I don't think I'm depriving them. I think pets could be good for them. There's a fallacy though that goes along with it, which I think it's past the point of even being believed. So it's not even a fallacy anymore. Everybody knows it's bullshit. Is that the pets will teach your kids responsibility, but everybody knows that once you get the pet in the house, the parents are the ones who are doing everything. My contention is that cats are much lower maintenance than dogs, which I think is 100% true.
That's a fact.
But you also have to keep. A lot of people keep the cat's feces in their house, the litter box.
What? Yeah.
Just saying, people don't like having a litter box in their house because it's gross. A lot of people think it is. Whatever. It's just like having sand. Keep it in the basement with sloth. It's all good.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But you hate animals of all kinds except hermit crabs. Yes. Correct.
No. Here's the deal. First of all, hermit crabs can. What I like to do is just hang them off my nips.
Stop it.
No, that's short form for nipples. So they just clamp right on, and then they're just hanging there, and then I walk around like, "What's up, everybody?" And then people are like, "Maybe you should put some clothes on." I'm like, "Maybe don't judge." You know what I mean?
Don't judge.
Don't
judge.
This is
America in 2020.
You know what? This is America, and it's goddamn Thanksgiving, Mom.
What are you talking about? I thought again, the confusion was I thought you grew up somehow with hermit crabs as pets.
No, I have.
You had no pets.
I had 0 pets growing up, and I wanted pets for a long time. And we lived in the UK, and the problem is you can't have pets and travel. We traveled a lot during the year, and then we traveled in the summer back to the States and back and forth. And that's not really conducive for pet life. I mean,
Yes,
meaning
it's
if you really love
problematic.
a pet, it's tough. Yeah.
So
So
Old
I mean,
Green
okay,
B says,
let me put it this way: you
fuck
can do it.
pets.
We just didn't do a good job of figuring out how to do
But
it.
do you ever think that your parents thought of you the same way? Like, we want to go traveling, but we got to fucking Pete. We got to drag around. Can't
It was
just leave Pete in
like
our flat.
no. I don't think so. But every time I would say, "Hey, mom," they'd be like, "Oh, this fucking guy again. What? What do you need?
That's
What do
my
you
literal
need?"
reaction when my
And
kids
she'd
ask
be
me
like,
something.
"Oh my fucking god, what?"
A
Hold on a
huge
second.
sigh.
She'd be on the phone. Just hold on a second. I've got this motherfucker. Hold on one sec. What do you need? What is it? Can I have a dog? Oh my god, you son! Just shut the.
So
Yeah, that's how.
Old Green B says, "Fuck pets. Kids are hard enough, right?" So, and I agree with that. And throwing the pets into the mix with the
It's hard.
kids is a whole new level. So
It's hard, man.
A Prender 9 says she told her husband she'd only leave him for 2 reasons: cheating or bringing home a pet. I tell you what, don't bring home a rabbit, because if he's gonna cheat with any pet, it's gonna be one of those sexy ass rabbits, right, Pete?
What if he brings home this lady? He's like, she's my pet,
Jessica
and
Rabbit.
It's his new wife or girlfriend or whatever.
It's my new wife.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Really,
just what I'm thinking.
I think the nipple, the nipple is getting too squeezed by the hermit crab right now.
I'm starting to. I can't get it out of my mind anymore. I actually am into it now. Whew.
So you didn't have any pets, and
I had no pets, and I was pet free, which was not a good thing. I wanted pets. I wanted a dog.
Yeah,
I'm a big
did.
dog guy.
Are you?
I am, but
You
then
never owned one, so how can you really be a big dog guy?
I'm in favor of it. Cats can go. What's the expression? Suck a dick.
This was my exact point.
Yeah.
You're just illustrating my point.
Yes, that's right. And correct. Haha, it's me, president of the foundation of Cats Can Go Suck a Dick. And I'm here to say that dogs are great and cats can definitely go suck a dick.
God, you're the worst. Dogs are great and cats are great. How about that? They're both great. Okay. No, it's not great. Hermit fucking crabs.
So here's
Velveteen Petals says, Velveteen Petals is throwing some shade at dogs. She says, "You want another toddler? One that never grows up and you pick up 15 more years of poop? No dog for you then." And then she says, "My toddler gives my dog open mouth kisses with tongue." You ready for that? I am not ready for that, Velveteen Petals. And I never.
You know what, Velveteen Petals? You've written some amazing fiction, just amazing prose right there.
Is it not weird that her name is Velveteen and she's not a rabbit person?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but I love open mouth kisses with the dog. Yeah. I don't know, dog kisses. I mean, first of all, who doesn't love dog kisses? They're amazing. But at the same time, where's that tongue been? It's been everywhere.
We know where that tongue's been.
Everywhere. Yeah.
The worst places a tongue can possibly be.
Every single butthole in the history of the animal kingdom is where it's been.
Alex,
that's where it is.
This is funny. Alex B. Sell says the dog is a fifth child and ruins everything that he wants. I like that. He ruins everything he wants.
Well, first of all, fifth child, Alex.
Yeah.
Really swinging for the fences there with all those kids.
Nick on the farm says, "You like waking up at 3 a.m. with a child? Same with a puppy. Get a hamster, or again, a hermit crab." Why would you get a hamster? It's like a roll of socks.
We have a hamster. We have a hamster.
Stupid.
And we brought them both. We brought 2 hermit crabs that have been alive now for a year, almost 2 years. And a hamster
no.
with us in the car from Brooklyn to where we are now in New Jersey.
You have affection for these crabs at this point.
I honestly, here's the deal. I've had crabs in the past, but
yes,
never.
You have. We know you have. Cancun.
Yeah. Exactly. They were everywhere, and it was disgusting. But these crabs are totally different. They have huge claws, and they can pinch nips like you've never seen.
Can you tell them apart?
Yeah, because they have painted shells like animal attractions.
Do you know their names?
Yeah, one is Johnny Cash and one is Trace.
It's Johnny Cash.
One is Johnny Cash because I like Johnny Cash and my daughter named it, and the other one is Trace because
Trace?
because the third so we inherited it from someone else who heard that we know how to take care of.
It's like this
hermit
underground
crabs.
community of people who
That's
share hermit
right.
crabs.
Underground. And just the first rule of hermit crab ownership is don't
talk about it. Well, you're ruining that one.
I know. So let's change subject to hamsters.
So, well,
Anybody?
Isaline, she's French, says she's a loyal commenter. She says she likes pets who can be self-sufficient. That's why she likes cats. And I agree with that. You don't got to go home. If you're going to go meet your friend for happy hour, he doesn't have to go home and take care of the cat. You don't have to go home ever. That cat will be fine. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. The cat's already burrowed. Yeah, the cat knows what's up. She's already found your sort of legal documents, is transferring all of your power of attorney into their name, Mr. Squiggles, and the next thing you know, it's meow.
But cats are smart and diabolical. Allie Shark says, we have a dog, he's the best. Our gals are obsessed with him. Cats suck, that is all. This is what I'm talking about. This discrimination against cats. You can like both people. There's no law that says you have to choose either a dog or a cat and you have to hate the other side. It's absurd.
Yeah, there's no law. Except,
buddy, you got no leg to stand on. You got hermit crabs and a hamster.
I know. I'm on the outskirts, just looking in.
You're a big dog guy, but you've never owned
on
a dog
the
in your
outskirts,
life.
looking in on the pet ownership. And then everyone's looking at me like, you son of a bitch, get out of here. I'm like, but I have hermit crabs on my nips. And people are like, no one asked you. Who bought you?
So here's one animal that came up a bunch as a pet. A bunch of people said that these were good pets and their kids liked them. Bearded lizard.
Oh, yeah.
Hard pass.
I'm not a reptile
I was going to say,
guy.
reptiles ain't pets. Snakes? Nah.
That's tough, man.
I don't want a snake. You know that you knew one kid in high school who like had a snake and occasionally would invite people over to like feed a mouse to him. I'm good, man.
Yeah, I don't. Reptiles are. Reptiles very much like hermit crabs are not. They're not lovable.
No, this is what I'm saying.
It's just they're more just. I don't know. Maybe look, bearded dragons certainly have. They're like geckos. They're like big lizards.
Yeah, and they have personalities. Sure.
I don't know about snakes and other reptiles. I don't know.
Okay. How about this one? Chickens. A bunch of people were like, we have backyard chickens. Erin Colopy says, we have backyard chickens. The kids love them, but they are total dicks. I assume she means the chickens. She may also mean the kids. It's not mutually exclusive. No, I don't understand. Chickens aren't pets. They're just there. You're not. Yeah, every once in a while you see like a story online where like a kid and a duck are friends, right? Sure. Like there's rare exceptions for this kind of thing. For the most part,
a kid and a duck.
Yeah, they're like good buddies.
Not like a dog and a duck, but like a kid and a duck, like a human.
Why is it more likely that a dog and a duck would be friends?
Because that's way better on the internet than a stupid human.
No, this kid and duck story is really adorable. You should check it out. Just Google kid and duck.
Thanks.
It's just a guess.
Thanks, 2020, for delivering everything that I ever wanted.
The internet?
Not fun cars, not social justice, but just kid and duck.
So
cool.
So a lot of people, or a handful of people said rabbits. Miss Moni we mentioned earlier. Danielle MI84 says, don't get a rabbit, they chew everything. I have heard. So I have friends who are in some kind of rabbit circuit. I do have friends. They're in some kind of rabbit circuit where they have a rabbit every couple of weeks. And I think they have said that sometimes a rabbit will like chew cords and stuff. And you got to be careful about that. But they really like their girls really like the rabbits. I had a boss years and years ago who had pet rabbits. And I thought it was strange. But now it's kind of a bigger thing. And I still think it's strange. What do they do?
Rabbits, you have to, I think the upkeep there is claws and teeth. You got to
like have claws?
Teeth.
You thinking about Banicula again?
I'm thinking about Banicula. I think it's the teeth. Good call. Do they have? Yeah, they don't have.
They have teeth. But they like
They have
eat
little
carrots.
other things.
They're not
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
they have to like gnaw them down. Like it's like they have to like chew on stuff. That's
Who's
why
the
they
most
eat.
famous? Who's the most famous fictional rabbit? It's got to be Peter Rabbit.
Yeah.
Answer
And
my own question.
guess who wrote Peter Rabbit?
Or Easter Rabbit.
Guess who wrote Peter Rabbit?
Easter Bunny. I know the name of the person.
A-H.
Beatrix. Who?
Oh no, totally. Never mind. Forget it. That was wrong. You're totally right.
You're saying Winnie the Pooh.
Oh my God, I am.
It's Beatrix
So
Potter wrote Peter Rabbit. You
Listen,
suck.
Look, honestly, things are going well for me.
Once
yes,
again,
I'm at the beautiful no longer in Brooklyn, which is a horrible shit show with fireworks. But
once again, Dr. Jones, we see there's nothing you can possess which I cannot take away.
Yeah,
Jessica Ramirez, 6191, says that they have a hamster. The 5-year-old named the hamster. Can you guess the hamster's name?
If it's anything,
it's like a human name, but the last name is a vegetable.
Greg Rosowski.
It's the name of the character Katie Holmes played on Dawson's Creek, and then a summer vegetable. I'll give you that, Joey, and then the summer vegetable. What do you got?
That was her name. That
Joey,
was Katie Holmes' name.
Joey.
I never watched
Potter,
that.
Maybe?
I just watched that the meme of Dawson crying. That's all I ever watched.
I love it.
That's
James
all
Van
I've ever seen. Yeah.
What's your summer vegetable of choice? Joey.
Zucchini.
Nailed it. Look at you. I fed you all the answers and you got it. I'm proud of you. Joey Zucchini. Not a bad name.
Thanks. Okay. You know what my hamster's name is? My kid's hamster's called? Guess what they're called? Guess what they called it? Cow.
Dawson Squash.
Cow. They named it one word, another animal. They named it a noun. They gave it a noun. Cow.
So I would like
my hamster's name is Cow.
I would like my kid to come up with something like Joey Zucchini, right? But he's got a bunch of stuffed animals, and like, hey, what's your big dog's name? Big Doggy. Cool, man, you're crushing it. What's Shark's name? Shark. So Cow would be a step up. At least it's not a hamster. That's what my kid would say.
Our hamster's name is Cow. What? And we don't even know if it's a girl or boy. We have no idea. It doesn't have huge nuts, huge balls, which apparently hamsters can have.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing? You're talking about crabs on nips. You're talking about hamster nuts.
Hamsters have massive testicles. Yes.
You shouldn't be allowed to have pets or kids. Based
on
this line of conversation.
Guess what? I live in America. Anyone can do anything. Thank you. Land of opportunity.
Anyone can do anything.
Home of the free. Home of COVID, too, as well.
Andrea Guilfoy, 36, says she loves having pets, teaches kids responsibility if you're willing to fight with them daily to care. And you're not.
Yeah.
Right?
There you go.
The animal, there's a whole, like a subreddit and a variety of memes going around about like dads who didn't want to get a pet and then end up like loving the pet, and the pet becomes like the dad's. Right, because that's what happens. Right. You get the pet for your kid, and you're like, you're gonna be walking this. You want this pet so bad, you gotta clean up their poop, and then it just ends up you're doing it all, because that's what happens.
Right.
Karina OG says, I don't want pets. I already clean up the shit of 2 other people, and then in parentheses she put kids. Like she wasn't referring to her husband. Thank you for the clarification. Did you ever see that meme on Instagram where a dad shared a photo of his daughter? And he said, beautiful photo of my daughter, and the daughter is there like next to a dolphin, and he just says on left for his daughter so that you don't confuse the two. It was a killer burn. You love it when I explain memes.
You do. You really nail it. I mean, you make the internet come alive.
You know what? You were talking about hermit crabs on your nips.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now I'm actually thinking where else they can go. So just keep going.
Aaron Roberts, realtor, says it never fails that one of your pets throws up the same day the toddler shits himself.
Oh, is that a thing that happens? God,
have you ever heard a cat throw up?
No, because I've never had a cat.
You'll be, or even like dog. You'll be in a room,
so disgusting.
And then you'll hear from like 3 rooms away. You just hear this. It's an unholy sound. You're not interested. It sucks.
But is it a hairball or throw up? Is it the
Well,
same?
with the cat, sometimes it's a hairball, but there's still some stuff that comes out with it. But just hearing any animal puke, hearing anyone puking is the worst. I don't want to even hear my wife puke. I don't want to hear me puke.
Okay. Well, that's big of you.
You love
You're
puking.
You're like a new Nelson. You're like a new Nelson Mandela. You with your. I don't want to hear anyone puke. Not even my wife. Because I'm a humanitarian.
That's true. I am a lot like Nelson Mandela. Yeah. Thank you for finally recognizing that. Here's another aspect we didn't talk about. KMB Show, BISHO, says her 4-year-old wants a cat, but she's worried about poop and fur and vet bills. So cats and any animals, right? They get sick or something, and suddenly you're paying like $1,000. You can get pet insurance.
You can,
which is a thing now. But I remember like when my cat got a tumor, you got to get it removed. And then the second time it gets a tumor, you got to be like,
how many tumors we got to remove out of this thing?
Yeah, I mean, how much do we care? And this was the best cat of all time. Like if your hermit crab got a tumor, you just step on it. You'd be like, oh, see ya. Bye, Trace.
Yeah. Trace.
Peace out.
Exactly.
I can't believe those things last 2 years. When do they die?
Oh my God, I have no idea. I mean, often, but at the same time, Johnny Cash has really stuck it out. I mean, he's in there.
He's a really strange way to put it.
I know.
How do they die? Often. What are you, Jeffrey Dahmer? What a weird comment.
Often. No. I'm just saying when you put them in boiling water, it's not long.
Yeah,
it goes quick. Yeah, but they taste delish. We had a hamster for 1 day before it passed away. That's how shit we are at keeping pets. So the hamster before this one, we got on what was it? Like it was a Christmas present, but it was like a post Christmas because we built it up. We're like gonna do it. Go buy the hamster. It was a dwarf hamster. Boxing Day, thank you. And literally the next day it was just completely frozen, and we were like, motherfucker, this is our first major fluffy pet.
Did you have a funeral?
Nah, we just took it back to Petco, and we're like, this is a dead hamster. Yeah. We were like, dead hamster. We were like this. We just threw money at them. We're like, we're gonna sue.
You made it rain.
We just did we were in full USA. We started
was that
chanting
one named USA. Cow too?
No, that was named Peanut Butter.
That's a better name.
It's a way better name than Cow. What a garbage name.
Where did Cow come from?
I don't know. But Cow is also kind of a dick. So I don't know. It's complicated.
You can tell.
Doesn't like to be held.
Why have a pet?
My middle daughter is so desperate to hold this hamster.
This is why you're torturing your kids.
Doesn't. I know, and I don't. It doesn't. And now we're staying with a couple of friends, and they have a hamster, so we have similar hamster traveling philosophies. And their hamster is like you can put it on your chest, and it'll just like sit there, and it's actually amazing.
But it's just like a roll-up pair of socks. They got nothing.
Exactly. No, it's great because it's
What's the difference between a hamster and a gerbil?
One fits up your ass perfectly, and the other one has plenty of room.
Well, I guess you've been reading Richard Gere's biography once again.
.net. Richard Gere.
Our second Richard Gere rodent penetration joke or reference. What an urban legend! Imagine that's the urban legend associated with you.
We should pick it up.
That's insane. If there's in his obituary, you think that gets mentioned? Richard Gere, star of Officer and a Gentleman, and the most famous urban legend, in which a gerbil apparently was inserted in his rectum.
Yeah. Okay, Mom?
Would that be in his obituary? This is an honest question.
No, my mom would never let me live that down, ever. If I had a gerbil, I'm just saying, if I had a
Your
gerbil
mom
in
would
my...
not be happy with you.
Yeah, she would be like, God damn you. What have you done? What kind of life choices have you made? And I'd be like, I don't know. Cool ones?
I don't understand the appeal. I need to do some more research on this. After I look up duck and kid, I'm going to look up Richard Gere gerbil.
Yeah.
To get the details.
You know what?
So,
we've set the internet on fire.
Well, so the way I want to wrap this up is pets are a good thing.
Okay.
I think pets are good. Circumstances sometimes can make pet ownership difficult, or
So why don't you have?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The circumstances. My wife is super allergic to cats. My 9-year-old is also super allergic to cats. My 4-year-old really would like a dog, and like a cat would be the ideal thing in a small apartment like this. My 4-year-old would really like a dog, but we don't have enough space. And the kind of dog I would like is too big to keep in a house with a tiny little backyard. You need
You're in
space.
Hamster Town. You're in Hamster Town.
And I'm not getting a hamster.
Given all of the excuses to get a hamster because it's just enough of a pet to be a pet, which is super
but it's not.
cuddly,
It doesn't
cute.
count. It's more pet than hermit crab. I will give you that.
I know.
Have you ever put the hermit crab on your chest and laid it there the way your friends do with your hamster?
Where do you think I came
They're
up
on
with
right
pinchy
now.
nips? Yeah, where do you think I came up with pinchy nips? That's how we do, Johnny Cash.
So I make a joke a lot about how my wife hates animals. And it's not a joke because it's 100% true. And it's very strange and disconcerting. And it really gives me pause. But she has softened the past few years. She grew up with dogs. She had a couple of dogs. Again, Bridget, which again explains a lot. Explains
it's like
a lot.
A first person's name. It's like naming your dog Todd.
Well, I do think it's funny to name a pet a human name. We talked about striking distance with Bruce Willis a couple weeks ago, in which he named his cat Bob. And when the cat wanders out, he goes, Bob! Bobby! He's calling for I think that's funny, right? Like you're calling for Kevin in your neighborhood. Kevin! Yeah. Kevin, come home! Like if your dog's out to play. Not that you should be letting your dog run around, but for a cat, it works perfectly. But Bridget is just an objectively terrible name. And maybe that's where she went wrong. But she has softened, I think, because the kids would really like an animal.
Okay.
So I do want to pull back on the joke a little bit. She doesn't hate animals as much as she used to.
Okay? Oh, okay, yeah. You know what, Mike? You are like Nelson Mandela. You are like Nelson Mandela. You're just like you're walking it back. You know what? I once told my wife, "What a fucking asshole you are for hating pets," and now I don't hate it as much.
The hate is still there. It's just not as red hot.
As much, yeah. Good job, buddy. So, where have we netted out on? This episode was, I feel like, kind of all over the shop. We heard from people that had pets. We heard from people that didn't like pets. We heard from us who basically can't decide whether having pets is a good thing. I listened to you, and I still don't know where you stand on having pets because you said
are the real pet hater.
I'm not a pet hater. I just don't know how to pet. I'm not a pet. I'm not a good pet.
The fact that you think hermit crabs are a pet is really troubling to me. I really need to rethink our relationship.
It was first of all, it was I'm going to say a coven between my wife and my daughters. I think that's right. That they would, but like in a very much a female empowerment
For a second,
way.
I thought you were saying that like a group of hermit crabs is a coven.
No, a group of my family members is a coven, and I'm not joking. I think they're trying to put a spell on me because this hand is fine. It's this hand I'm worried about. No, so they conspired to get a hermit crab or a few hermit crabs, and they're great. Hermit crabs, first of all, the price point.
It's like having worms in a jar. It's not. Yeah. They're not pets.
I know. But the price point on hermit crabs is very
it's the same reason that you get Narragansett. Hermit crabs are the Narragansett of pets. They're just cheap.
Yep. Hermit crabs are the Narragansett of pets, correct.
They get the job done just well enough.
And hamsters are the Coors Light of pets. This is great. I actually love this analogy.
Okay, we should do that. And then what are rabbits?
The heady
Like,
topper?
no way. Come on.
That's
No,
a
you're
collie.
like a
That's a
heady
border
topper
collie.
would be like a border collie. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
best you can get. Rabbits, I don't know. Rabbits are like White Claw. Like, are they really pets? I think I nailed it. I redeemed a lot of stuff there by nailing it that one. But again, we want to wrap up. We want to sum it up. Pets are good.
And
right?
rabbits are like White Claw.
Rabbits are like White Claw.
Well, all right. So when are you? I mean, we should end with some more.
You want me to
Pets are
sing?
good. I don't know. I feel like when are you going to get your kids a pet?
I don't know if that's going to happen.
If
we move.
And I have pets that I take in my car hundreds of miles.
Those aren't pets.
Okay, but what am I doing? I'm traveling with them with all their food and their bedding.
Yourself. You've been gaslighted by your children into thinking you need to take care of a hermit crab. Guess what? Get to the beach. Hey, here's 300 more hermit crabs. Trace 2 and Johnny Crabs. Why is he not called Johnny Crabs? It drives me crazy.
Good call. Well, first of all, my daughter is a true aficionado of pure music genius. So there you go.
Oh, is this the middle one or is this mergers and acquisitions?
M&A.
We don't have the nickname for the other 2 kids. We need to work on that.
Yeah, maybe the dude.
The dude is the youngest?
The dude and Lenny.
You know what? Using fictional characters that are borderline insults. I'm not sure that's how you want to go. But hey,
the dude, I love my middle daughter is
the dude because she's super laid back.
100% the dude, and then Lenny is really like when he hugs, it's a lot like it's too tight. Your hugs are too tight. He's like,
speaking of rabbits.
Yeah, exactly.
We're tying it all back.
Look at us. We are amazing.
We're getting really good at this.
I feel, I got to be honest with you, I feel a little hollow at the end of this episode. I don't know if we really covered. I think we kind of went all over the map.
That's every possible aspect of pet ownership, the kind of pet you would want and don't want.
That said, what I wanted to get at is if you have a dog when you grow up, does that make you a more empathetic person? Because that's what I really want. In fact,
really, that's what you wanted to talk about.
At
the very end, I had no idea you wanted to get.
I did actually want to get into that.
I mentioned that Sarah Ray Loudon said that petting animals lowers your blood pressure and that pets are good for kids' social development and immune systems.
You did, but then I immediately dismissed Sarah Ray Loudon as a kook.
Wow.
Kook.
Shots fired.
No,
so
I'm just
don't think pet ownership or owning a dog is helpful.
I don't know, but what I wanted to know, I was actually kind of, the fact that you had so many pets when you were growing up.
I didn't have that many pets.
Doesn't explain anything about you. Look at how angry you are. Listen to the tone of your angry,
this is my natural state.
And voice. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I had a dog and a cat at the same time, and then I had no dog, and then I got another cat, so I had 2 cats, and then I had no cat, and then I had 1 cat, and then we got.
You should be like Matthew McConaughey. If you have a pet, you should be like, everything's fine. Like,
that's not what he says. He says, all right, all right, all right.
All right.
Matthew McConaughey's famous line, everything's fine. Have another White Claw, you freak. You're out of your element, Donnie.
All right, buddy.
It was nice chatting with you.
It was good chatting with you. Are you off next week?
No, I'll be around next week. It's the week after. We may have to figure something out. We'll see. But in the meantime, do yourself a favor and drown yourself some hermit crabs.
I'm going.
You can't even drown. Just throw them in the ocean.
They love it. That's even worse. They love the ocean.
Do your kids throw them in the ocean and then like wait for them to come back and then they recognize them because there's paint on them for some reason? Yeah. What is paint on? Like jersey numbers?
Yeah, no, because my kids have poly hair, the super sharp, spiky hair, all of it dyed black. Yeah, my daughters I'm talking about, of course.
Obviously. Well, they're on the Jersey Shore, when in Rome.
Exactly. All right, man. I feel like we really nailed this topic. Great
2
job.
minutes ago, you said that we didn't nail it. You were just
I know.
an
I'm
absolute
so
mess.
sarcastic right now. I'm trying to. I wanted a little bit more. Listen, here's the deal. If you are a pet owner, I think your kids are going to be better for it.
But you're throwing yourself under the bus. You're saying that your parents did you a disservice and you're a lesser human being because you didn't grow up with pets.
Not a lesser, a much more dominant human being that shouldn't.
You're a real alpha.
Yeah, I'm way too alpha.
But why am I so angry even though I had so many pets?
This is the problem. This is what we need.
Logic falls apart.
We need Fauci. Hey, Fauci, over here. We got this guy.
I should have drank more bleach. And
the beautiful, beautiful ultraviolet light. All right, my dude. Good job.
It was nice to see you. Have fun in the Jersey Shore.
Listening. Thank you, everyone. And listen, I hope you're doing great wherever you are. Stay safe. Wear a mask. Don't be a dick face.
Go subscribe and listen where you get podcasts. And we'll catch you on the flip-flop.
See you next time. Bye.
Peace. I don't know why you would still be watching This Isn't a Marvel Movie, no matter how much I look like Paul Rudd, which you can deny it all you want. It's there in the eyes, I think. I'm young looking like him. If you enjoyed the podcast, which you obviously did or you wouldn't be listening still, sign up on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you want to listen to. Comment here on YouTube, subscribe, hit that like button. We want to hear from you. Comments, questions, dirty jokes, money, all the money you can give us. We'd love it all. Catch you next time.